everyone. I just want to take some time to contribute to this wonderful Don't Block Your Blessings movement and share my family story. So today actually marks the 1 year anniversary of finding out that my daughter was being diagnosed with cancer. And I remember after the new year, allowing her to go back to school and knowing that she could not return to school after January 2nd. I remember us getting in the car and us, starting to drive to Johns Hopkins Pediatric Oncology to do the additional tests that would allow for typing and staging of her cancer. And, to keep her mind off of things, we thought she might be nervous because we were. We asked her, how it was to see her friends and whether she was looking forward to the school year. And the things that came out of her mouth were, yes, this year is going to be great. I believe that this is the year that God's going to reveal more of himself to me. And to hear that out of the mouth of an 8-year-old child, not knowing how sick she was, not knowing what her journey was going to be, we held on to that. My husband and I started to tear up because in our mind, we were like, she has no clue what lies ahead of her. But believe it or not, despite all of the downs, that moment was what set the stage for how she would handle her journey. She's truly a warrior princess, and I can say that, our faith in Christ and us being able to stand on the hope of God during all of last year is exactly why we're not depressed, why we were able to weather and pivot during all of the storms that came our way. And it's been foundational for us because there were a lot of rough times, a lot of downs. My daughter was in the hospital for 24 days last spring. Infection after infection, complication after complication due to her chemo treatment and how her body was being torn down to build back up. I remember right before that hospital visit, my daughter was playing in our room and we sent her and her siblings to bed, and couldn't have been 30 minutes later, she came pounding down the hall, running to our room, screaming, acid. She was literally spitting up acid as it burned her esophagus, crying, writhing in pain. I mean, as a mom, that was one of the most terrifying moments that we had, and having to endure day in and day out in the hospital, not knowing what her side effects to drugs were, having two other small children, and then COVID-19 on top of all of that. Reflecting back, it was a lot. It was tough and it was rough, and yet, on January 2nd, not only did God use my daughter to speak hope, but also he spoke directly to us and said that she would be well. January 31st, she was in remission, and she's remained in remission. But despite even that, it's been tough. And all I can say is that, our compass has been our hope in Christ. And we've been able to really recenter at times where things just were dizzying. The changes, the uncertainties, all of those things really could have taken us out last year, but they didn't. And, we're here in 2021 reflecting on the triumphs, the community. I mean, we've had so much outpour of love to us. We've given over the years, but I mean, I can say that we've been just blown away by all of the love and support that we've received whether it be through meals or through time or financially. We've not missed a beat in neither of our kids, and to that we are very much grateful. So even though the journey's not over for our daughter, we still have a year and a half worth of treatment left. We're hopeful. We hold on to the security that we received last year in that promise that God would be revealing himself to us, that we know that our daughter will be well despite what we see. And that's what I want to encourage others with, that things aren't exactly what they appear to be. And standing in that hope of God, will allow you to weather any storm that comes your way. Thank you.